Hey there guys, Huz here, bringing you another video. Now sorry for the tiny bit of delay of this video compared to the other one. I've actually just got a cold and it's got better, but it's been really so I haven't been able to speak for a long period of time, in one go. But I've decided to make a small League Anxiety video about a subject that is one of the biggest debated subjects that League of Legends has ever had, and is call order versus pick order. Now in this video I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to give you a definite answer, but I'm going to give you what I think should be, what Riot has actually said that is, what should be happening, among other things. So first and foremost, pick order versus call order. If you're unaware of the massive argument, if you're only someone that plays blind picks, then basically in draft mode, and this counts from normal draft and ranked, there's a huge argument and debate going on. If someone in chat calls a role, then they should get that role if they called it before another person, even though they are lower down in the pick list. Or the other argument is, because I'm higher in the pick order than you, I should get my preferred role. And that is the way that I kind of look at things and the way I think LoL should be. Now, it is a subject which is a bit sore, that in lower elo brackets, it does occasionally happen in higher elo, but I would say less often. Basically, someone will flat out refuse, most unlikely about the role support, and just pick anything they want anyway. And they basically disrespect everybody that's in the team, they disrespect the call order, pick order, anything like that, they will just flat out refuse. Now, there are ways about going about it, but my always biggest advice would be, politely ask, I'd like to play this role if I can. Give them a couple reasons. I can play this role, and this role. Don't give them just one role. Give them a couple of options and see if you can work around it. Don't flat out refuse to play a certain role, as that is never a good start to a team-friendly environment. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is go over what Riot kind of say about the whole situation. In the 5th month of this year, so 2-3 months ago, Riot actually came out with a official statement, kind of giving their side on what they kind of think should be the case. Now, I do actually have it on my other screen. So it goes as follows. Players with faster load times shouldn't have an unfair advantage in call order. Now, that is one of the biggest things I think is true. You're kind of punishing people unfairly with a worse computer than others, because obviously as soon as you click the accept button to load in the game lobby for champion select, people load in different times, one because of internet connection and two because of computer specs. So you are punishing them players that load in slower than the people that load in quicker. Now obviously if you are playing League of Legends, a decent PC is preferred, but not all people can kind of do that. So that is one reason why Riot have decided to kind of go on to the whole thing of pick order versus the call order. Riot side with pick order, because it's a lot clearer to actually say, right, this person is first pick, they get what they want, second pick gets the next thing, etc. down the list. Now 5th pick, obviously you will probably get whatever's left, and that's just something you have to accept. Sometimes you're going to be first pick, sometimes you're going to be last pick. It's just the way it works out. Now another thing Riot also say, I'm going to quote Riot directly here from the forum post they did not too long ago, is pick order occurs naturally in the current design, so it's much more intuitive. Now, as I said, that is true. You're given a clear 5-man list from point 1 to 5, and it's just the way it works out. Now, some people don't like the current system, but I think it's actually fairly good. If you go, right, the person, you have to remember in ranked, generally, the person who is first pick has the highest ELO, not necessarily highest, highest MMR, not necessarily the highest ELO. And so they should, in theory, be better at their main role than you are, because they are higher. And you have to respect that, and you can't get angry, etc. So that is, it's more intuitive to actually give the person who's higher in the ELO or MMR bracket, whatever, their preferred role. So over time, players get an equal number of opportunities to be whatever slot, and that is true. As I said earlier, certain times you're going to be 5th pick, you're going to be 4th pick, 3rd pick, 2nd pick, 1st pick. Now, obviously, if your MMR is quite low, it's all relative to what ELO and stuff you're in, but if you have low MMR, you're probably going to be lower in the lists. But you will find eventually you will be more likely first pick occasionally or second pick. It's just the way it works out, and you just have to be humble when you are the 5th or 4th pick. Don't create arguments, because it's never a good start to the game. And just kind of think, when I'm 5th pick, do I really want to be that hassle that everybody has to deal with if I'm going to kick up a fuss? No, I don't want to be like that. When you're 1st pick and someone kicks up a fuss, do you like it? No, so don't do it yourself. That's the way I look at it. So another thing is when you load into Champion Select, so many people immediately type, bam, I'm doing this. They race towards it and think, I typed it first. It shouldn't be a race to have your preferred role. It's a lot more, as I said, and Riot have said, it's a lot easier just to say, okay, I'm 5th pick. Sure, I'm going to have to play whatever's left. That's it. If you're 1st pick, I get to play what I want. That's the way you should look at it, and don't try and race for your position. When I enter solo queue, a lot of the time, I'll wait a couple of seconds to say, I prefer mid, but I can fill. And that's generally what I do. Now, if you're not in the same boat as me that can play every role, you only can play 2 or 3 roles, then just mention, I prefer these roles, they're the roles I'm most comfortable with, but I can fill. But I prefer not to. Something along them lines can always help your team. Remember, team morale is a really key thing to when you're winning ranked games. If your team morale is low and everybody's arguing, that type of thing, you're not going to be in the best situation. So that's pretty much Riot's, whole thing on it. Riot have gone with the pick order against the call order, and I think that's what it should be. And now you have to remember this subject is quite a delicate one in the fact that when you are 1st pick, you're always going to favour with pick order because you're 1st pick, you want to play what you want. But when you're 5th pick, a lot of people will completely swing the other way, even though they go the other way. When they're 1st pick, they'll go. When they're 5th pick, they'll go, I called that first. This is not the way it should be. And as a community, like these league discussions is trying to help the community as such. Obviously, only a few thousand people watch these league discussions, but if you pass on this knowledge to friends or if you do it yourself, you're going to give an influence to another person, and that's what this is all about. So, generally, just be a nice guy, treat others how you want to be treated, and just remember that, you're going to be 1st pick sometimes, you're going to play what you want, but you're also going to be last pick sometimes, and be humble in that. So that's generally the whole gist of this post or league discussion. Obviously, you guys can have your say in the comments below. If you are someone that prefers call order, say in the comments below. I don't want a full-blown argument. Obviously, I will say my story in a bit, but it's generally just the way to go about League. Now, I'm someone that always goes on the favour of, let's avoid arguments, let's not get into that. And in the end of the day, League of Legends is a game. It's not that serious. Obviously, it's serious if you're professional, but many mid-ELO players, even low ELO players, take this game so seriously when it doesn't need to be. And then my side of it is, I've mentioned briefly throughout the video, I am totally in the corner of pick order in versus call order. I just think it's better. I think it's cleaner. I think it's more precise, and it's a lot more clear. Now, clarity is something that solo queue doesn't have. If you think about it, communication is lacking. There's no voice chat. You're not talking to them. Chat on typing, etc. is limited because you're not going to type to everybody all the time. There is a ping system, but it's not that great considering. So communication is lacking in solo queue. So if we can all be in the same boat, that as soon as the champion select starts, this person will get their role, that person will get their role, and don't argue about it. There's no need. So that's one of my biggest advices to this whole situation. Like I will say, is when you're entering ranked, don't limit yourself. Don't kind of handicap yourself with only being able to play one role. Make sure you're able to play many. And you should find yourself to be in a much better situation when it comes to the champion select. I've gone into champion selects where some people have gone, I only can play one champion. That's not great. Don't do that to yourself. Sure, have a preferred champion. I'm always in favour of, having one champion that you're really good at will help you go up in ELO when you can play that champion. But if you're in a situation that you can't play that champion, don't stress about it. Don't rage at people that you're not going to play it or in the certain position you want to. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys will talk in the description or talk in the comments, below. Give your side on it. If you like pick order, agree with me, say how you like it. Or if you like call order, say why you like call order. So that's it anyway. Thanks for watching. As always, there will be more commentaries coming out in the next couple of days. Hopefully this cold will shake. I'm not entirely sure how much you will actually hear it right now. But it's not great, but it's not good either. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.